Last but definitely not least are my dragon deck. Is my dragon deck. I piloted very similar to this version in the side events raffle to win actually a copy of the Dark Lords. I'll have the feature match posted if you guys really want. I'm aware of the misplay at the end with Burst Pleth. It's been discussed ad nauseum. It was not intentional. And I still had a way to beat my opponent at the end of it all. So, without further ado, this is the Dragon deck. Disaster Dragons, many people call it. As always, props to Richard Clark for inventing the deck itself. I have to do that in all fairness. And this is just my version of it. I might be changing this to a more Dragoonity-based build once the Dragoonity structure deck comes out. I actually do have most of the cards that have been released for it now already. So, Delta Flyer is my level 3 tuner. Recruitable off Mass Dragon or Dread Dragon. He could add a level to another monster on the field, and that always works for a Synchro Summon. It's been very helpful with Quackimero Drago, trying to get him off the field to be able to bring out a Darkness Metal. Always good for Wyvern. Even off Totem Dragon, it gives me access to Ally of Justice Catastor or Goyo Guardian. Mass Dragon gives me Goyo Guardian, Brionic, Iron Chain Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Explorer Dragonwing, or Ancient Fairy Dragon. It's just very versatile. Dread Dragon is my mini Mass Dragon, level 2 tuner. Whenever he dies as a result of battle, I can recruit a level 3 or lower dragon type to my hand. Explorer Dragon, lots of fun against Black Wings. When he attacks, neither player takes battle damage, and if he dies as a result of battle, I pop the monster that killed him. So, not so much fun when he's face down defense mode against a Bora. Lots of fun against a Shura that when I've seen them have Kalut. That's if they get him on the board with my Quackimero Dragos. I personally don't like running them right now since the format is not really dark or light based. 1900, neither player can special summon light or dark monsters, and I have to reveal a dragon from my hand. It can be the same dragon at the end phase, and no, you cannot synchro summon into a different, into a light or a dark. Because of this, and the same thing with Rivalry of Warlords. I'll get into that a little bit later. Mass Dragon lets me fetch out my Explorer Dragons, my Dread Dragon, my Delta Flyers, my Totem Dragon, which is always a good tribute fodder for Darkness Metal Dragon. 1400 beer, so he ducks bottomless, and 1400 hurts a lot. I've actually won games just on summoning continuous streams of those, or having them out alongside Darkness Metal Dragon and just poking for the 14. Primaterial Dragon, first ability, not that great, since nobody uses burn damage anymore, but I gain the life points I would take, and I could pitch a card to negate a spell or trap, or a monster effect as well, actually, that destroys monsters on my side of the field. So if I need a Tome in the graveyard, or I need a Dread Dragon to special summon Darkness Metal, it's pretty much a multiple use Stardust Dragon without having to synchro summon with a smaller body. Red Eyes Wyvern, 1800 beater, allows me to special summon a Red Eyes monster from my graveyard if I have a normal summon during my turn by removing him from my graveyard, and it only happens in the end phase. Totem Dragon counts as 2 tributes for a dragon type monster. If it's my Treeborn Frog, essentially. When he's in the graveyard during my standby, if I have no monsters and only dragons in my graveyard, I can special summon him in attack mode. I can either remove him from play to special summon Darkness Metal Dragon, or tribute him for Darkness Metal Dragon. Either way it works. Last but definitely not least is Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. He's the card that got me back into the game. 2800 attack, I could remove from play a face-up dragon on my side of the field to special summon him, and I could special summon a dragon from my graveyard or my hand. He does not target, so he gets around the DD Crow. He used to get around Necro Valley, but they've changed the rulings. So that's it for the monsters. I'm moving on to the spells. 3 Book of Moon, just like in every deck. Dark Hole is the staple. Future Fusion. My target for this is 5-headed dragon. I can mill any 5 of my dragons. Very powerful, quick way to let me get out my Darkness Metal Dragon, or, you know, anything else, anything I need the graveyard loaded for. My other search target, my other, my real draw power and search power comes from this. Gold Sarcophagus and Pod Duality work. Pod Duality works a lot better than a lot of people have thought. I am able to activate Future Fusion afterwards, and you don't have to always special summon with this deck. You can normal summon and work just fine. I've seen it done. I've played it. Gold Sark lets me recruit my Darkness Metal Dragons if I have to. Giant Trunade, Future Fusion is typically my normal target. Speaking of which, with Future Fusion, as I shuffle up, it can be activated after I've activated my Pod Dualities. Don't let anybody tell you differently. The special summon doesn't happen at that point in time. So, 2 Bottomless, Burst Breath, Mirror Force, Warnings, Judgment, Torrential, and Trap Stuns. My stuns really are only because I have a Blackwing heavy meta in the locals. I'd be main decking MSTs if I ever went to a bigger tournament. Lots of fun to stop the Icarus attacks. Everything else is pretty much standard except for Burst Breath. Tribute a Dragon on my side of the field and blow up cards on the field whose defense is less than the attack of the dragon. So, really, my 1800s handle most everything in the game that's being played now. Darkness Metal Dragon pretty much handles most everything in the game itself. Last but not least is the extra deck. Most of this stuff are staples, as you've seen. A lot of it's Dragon, which can always mean I get to bring it back with Darkness Metal Dragon. So I'm really not going to focus on anything aside from the new stuff, or the weird stuff. 5-Headed Dragon is my Future Fusion target. If he gets out, that's cool. He can't be special summon Darkness Metal. 5,000 beater, can't die to anything but light, so only an Honest runs him over. Always cool to be able to bring him out. If not, really, as long as the Future Fusion gets off, I'm fine. Iron Chain and Ancient Fairy Dragon are really just dragons to allow me to synchro summon. 2,500 beater that lets me mill the top 3 cards of my opponent's deck. This is for the Gravekeeper matchup. Lets me pop a field spell or special summon a monster from my hand. So that always works. Definitely against the Gravekeepers. Explorer Dragonwing, 2,400 attack. I kill anything that's not 2,400 attack or less without going into the damage step. And they take damage equal to the monster's attack. Good way to get over Spirit Reaper, walled up monsters, all that good stuff. Trident Dragon, I could pop up to 2 cards on my side of the field to allow it to attack more than once. Dragoonies use that for the OTK for 9,000 attack. I've typically popped only 1 to 2 cards, just only 1 card just to be able to attack twice for the 6,000. Typically it's Future Fusion. Works hilariously with 5-Headed Dragon and Future Fusion. The only other thing really of note is the Scrap Dragon can keep being brought back with Darkness Metal Dragon himself and allows me to pop either himself or another card. So really it's a once per turn, 1-for-1 removal that's always very good. That's it really for the deck. I love it. I'm going to unfortunately have to change it up a little bit once the Dragoonies come out and how the format's going. Hopefully the ban list won't do anything crazy and ban Future Fusion. That'll hurt it a little bit. Thank you guys very much for your time. I'll be seeing you guys later.